Well, hello there. So today I'm going to talk about how do you know when to stop, when your artwork or creative piece is finished, when to stop working on it. Now I'm going to tell you a little story. So when I left school, I did an apprenticeship in photolithography. Now, photolithography was part of the printing trade, and it was basically what graphic design is today before computers came into the industry. So it was a long time ago. This is back in the early 90s. Now, in our company, we had a foreman, and our foreman's name was Ted Sherwen. And Ted Sherwen, a prolific and very well respected watercolour painter here in New Zealand, he was my foreman, he was my boss, and he used to teach back in the early 90s. He used to teach night school watercolour painting classes. And in those days, there was no digital photography. He would take 35mm slides of every step in the process of him creating one of his beautiful watercolour works. And he would use those slides to show his students on how he put his watercolour pieces together. Now, we used to have very big light tables in our company, big tables with these fluorescent tubes underneath. And what he would do, because he knew I was interested in art, is he would bring along these 35mm slides and he would set them out on the table in order of the progression of his painting. Now, he had this very thick Scottish accent, and I am not going to try and replicate it, but imagine that, just think Scottish accent when I'm saying this. And he would point to each one of those slides in order, and he would say to me, Sarah, you listen to me. He goes, $100, $200, $300, $400, $300, $200, $100. And he said, Sarah, you need to know when to stop. And I have never forgotten that lesson. There comes a point in your artwork where you're just going to overwork your piece. And sometimes keeping it simple is the way to go. Sometimes having complexity is the way to go. It's going to depend on your style and what you're trying to achieve. But I think we all know that there comes a point where you just have to stop and stand back and say, I should not do any more to it. Or if I keep doing more to it, I'm going to ruin it, or I'm going to overwork it. But you just remember, next time you're doing a creative piece, remember the words of Ted Sherwen. You know, when you just do that one extra stroke, that one extra step, it might actually be taking money away from your final sale price. You never know. So something to think about. I'll leave that with you, and have a great rest of your day.